here with a new little mini group. We're here with Seven and Clover after everything got a little bit tense in the last episode where Snake went missing inexplicably. I do find it a little strange that him and Clover split up to search the rooms and why everyone else would have suggested that they split up to search the rooms, because obviously Snake is very capable and intelligent, but they're brother and sister. She helps him, he helps her interpret stuff, right? Surely they would have stayed together. That is the strangest part of it for me. Then of course you had Ace sacrificing himself, injecting himself with anesthetic, which is a really stupid idea, right? I mean, there are anesthesiologists for a reason, right? It's a pretty dangerous science, injecting anesthetic, right? If you get it slightly wrong, you kill people with it, right? But yeah, because there were only 7 of us left, there were no mathematical possibilities with digital routes to get all of us through the doors without Snake. Likely scenario is he found all of the dead batteries. I'm going to call them batteries. I know they weren't batteries, but let's just say they were batteries. All of the red device batteries, and reinstalled them, and then as a reward for doing that, perhaps he got to go through the unmarked door and got to move to the next challenge, or just got to save himself full stop with no questions asked, perhaps. That would be my guess. And then, I guess you could see Lotus as being a bit heartless, but in one way I imagine people would defend her by saying she was being incredibly pragmatic. We are on a timer here, in spite of some of the stories people have told us. But you have to suspend your disbelief a little bit for that kind of thing. But if people were actually talking in real back and forth conversation, I imagine it would move quite quick compared to the way we're digesting it here. So pinch of salt and all that. But yeah, Lotus. So I'm not ready to just kind of say that she was heartless and horrible and selfish and self-serving. She was just, I guess she understood what had happened in the situation and wanted to move on. You could see it that way, as it just being ultimate pragmatism, or you could just see it as a bit of a precursor for how she's going to possibly treat us and others later on when push comes to shove. Understandably, I suppose she's going to choose herself, but I think in a scenario like this, people will remember that. And if people have to choose between her and someone else, I think behaving that way will cause people to shun her if she needs to rely on other people, which is, quite possible. What if in the future she's locked in a freezer, right? Maybe we'll just sit and stare at our fingernails while that happens, right? We'll have to see.
There's a short hallway on the left here. And an iron wall. I doubt I can get through it.
An iron wall. At last he gave up and returned to Seven, who was tapping lightly on the wooden door.
This door's the only option we've got, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
Hey, something's written on the door. On that iron plate.
It says operating room.
Surgery.
If this thing's telling the truth, there could be body parts inside here.
Well, this is probably not going to be pleasant.
Something about it made Junpei feel nervous.
Well, there's no point to standing around.
Isn't it going to be locked?
Might as well go in and see what's waiting for us.
Seven grabbed the brass knob and slowly opened the door. The creak of the hinge sounded like the groan of an old woman.
What's wrong?
No, it's nothing.
A chill snaked its way down Junpei's spine.
Let's just go.
Quickly, he gathered what courage he could and took the first step into the room. Seven followed, with Clover right behind him.
Huh?
It's a surgery, mate. Yeah. Part of the room, just past the door, was obscured by a screen.
What the hell is this?
It's a surgery!
Why don't we take a look?
Hey, Clover.
Clover's curiosity calmed down, Matthew. Got the better of her, and she darted past Junpei to peer around the screen. Oh no. Her scream nearly blew out Junpei's eardrums.
What? Clover!
It's not Snake, is it? He and Seven ran toward Clover to see what had frightened her.
Hey, what's wrong?
They rounded the screen, and the cause of her outburst was immediately clear.
What
Oh, it's a doll.
the hell is this?
It's like a wooden doll.
Is this a corpse?
It was something that looked kind of like a human lying across some sort of bed. No, it's a dummy for probably for a teaching class of some sort. No, not a bed, an operating table. The table sat on a rusty steel lift, and a cluster of bright operating lights shone down on it from the ceiling.
We should probably take a closer look.
Yeah.
Slowly, they approached. As they got closer to the body, it became clear that it wasn't a body at all. Yeah, like, we've established that this was a medical ship, guys. Like,
This is...
yes, wooden.
What the hell? That's just a huge doll or something.
Doll?
Clover didn't look terribly comforted. Slowly, she approached the operating table and looked as intently as possible, from as far away as possible, at the thing. Junpei could see her relax.
You're right. It's only a doll. Man, it really scared me.
Yep. She heaved a great sigh of relief and wiped a few drops of sweat from her forehead. It's surprising she can even understand what we're saying. She's got earmuffs on. Seven smirked.
Well, I guess it would have been weird if you actually had any balls.
Shut it! Don't you start with me, fatty.
Oh, what's this? You want a piece of me,
Oh,
shortstop?
for God's sake, dude. It's a child.
Yeah, bring it on, you whale!
Hey, guys, not again, okay? Seriously, knock it off.
Well, I don't know. How old is she supposed to be? I'm just going to presume she's a child.
Jeez. Anyway, it looks like he's got something the two of you could stand to have a little more of. I'm talking about a heart.
Huh? Oh, this? You mean on his chest?
Yes. It was set a little higher than normal for a human body. From the shape of the organ, there could be no doubt that it was a heart.
Why would there be a heart in a doll?
Oh my... Come on, man. Medical practice.
I
Teaching.
don't think it's a doll.
You think maybe it's like a medical mannequin or something?
Yes.
Or maybe it's got more personal uses?
I was starting to really like Seven from him back in the main bit in the last video. Seven's grin was more than a little perverted. Clover glared at him.
Anyway, how about we take a look around this place? Let's go.
Okay.
Sure thing.
Gotta love these intros, man. So we've got two side rooms and a big open room. Right. These dolls are really kind of creepy, you know, said Clover. I'm going to start doing this again. I did it in Outer Wilds and I just found it funny. Hey, it says something here, mentioned Seven. John, you think that this... You think that's this doll's name? Interrupted Clover. Maybe, said Junpei. This thing's creepy. said Clover. I wonder why it's on the bed. Wondered 7. Medical mannequin. Apparently his name's John. Hey, I wonder what this thing is. It says kg on the display. Think maybe it's a scale? Maybe? There's some sort of lid on this thing. Why don't you try opening it? Can't, there's no handle. I can't get under it with my nails either. Okay. An operating table. Do you think old operating tables look like this? I've no idea. Anything else we can... So it can obviously go up and down. Right. Tools. There's some scalpels, a few pairs of forceps, and a couple of syringes. This is all too rusty to be useful though. Hey, there's a scalpel here that looks new. A scalpel that's not rusty. Seems like it was put here for a reason, huh? You think it's telling us to cut something? Yeah, I do. Nothing else is useful? Yeah, it's all pretty rusty. Just a wooden partition. Nothing special about it. Medical mannequin with its guts showing. Ew. Gross. Hey, Junpei. There's a slit in this thing's chest. Yeah, sure is. There's something in there. Maybe we can get it out. Grunt. Damn it. Stinking thing won't budge. It's stuck. Well, guess you can't use force on this one then. We need something small that can fit into that little hole. You can see this thing's internal organs. If we had something that could fit into those cracks, maybe we could take out some of the internal organs. Yeah, the scalpel! Alright, fine. Maybe you're supposed to heat something like that gauze to kill the bacteria. There's a boiling thingy over there. There's nothing on the lid or in the drawers. The drawer's empty. Yeah, nothing there. There's a whole bunch of bottles on the shelves. They all look like medicine. They've got labels, but they're all big medical words that I don't understand. That's a lot of medicine. I wonder if one of these is a laxative. It's a good shout, right? Yeah, it sounds kind of gross, but I'm pretty sure every one of us has had the same idea. Yeah. If we had some laxatives, maybe we could crap out the bombs Zero put in us. Unfortunately, damn it, I don't know what medicine does what here. Great minds. Nothing on the lower shelf. Alright, what have we got here? They use these for surgery, right? Let's see, syringes, cups, a plate. There's a sort of scissorish thingy. Kosher forceps. Are those scissors? They look kind of funny. No, that's probably a pair of kosher forceps. Surgeons use them during operations. They can hold blood vessels shut and keep tissue out of the way. You can use it to pull stuff out of small holes or something like that. Bunch of surgical tools. No, I clicked on the right thing straight away. Ah! This bed doesn't look very comfortable. Another medical mannequin. From the looks of it, this one's a chick. She has a name too. Lucy. Poor thing. Looks like Miss Lucy only has a head and a left arm. Maybe we're supposed to gather all her parts? Possibly. Device attached to the bed, says KG on the panel. Is this a scale? What's this thing? It's got these short iron legs. Maybe it's a heater? There's nothing inside it. There's a pipe going outside. Oh wait, hang on. And we got a fake organ. So we took the organ thingy out of the chest thingy. It's a lung, not an organ thingy. Huh? This part here on the back, it's all rubbery. You're right. So it's a fake organ, of course it'd be. Wait, what's Seven grabbing it for? Hey, it feels like there's something in here. You think we can cut through the rubber part? Yeah, sure. Let's try cutting this organ with a scalpel. An organ key. There's a key in this organ. Found a key in an internal organ. Right. Cool, it's unlocked. Light bulb. Cabinet with a drawer in it. Let's see if, piece of paper. What's this? Is this some kind of medical record? New material's been added to the file screen. I'm just going through these. Medical record found in the preparation room. It has records for the two mannequins. There's a male mannequin named John and a female named Lucy. The record shows each mannequin's total weight and the weight of their individual parts. I'm just clicking on these so that next time a new thing appears, it'll have a new thing next to it. What the hell are you doing? Don't you want to get out of here? I'm tired. What have we got here? There's a ray of light going through the beaker, and it's hitting the thing on the right. The white light on the top is glowing, yeah, but the red, blue and purple ones still aren't lit. Right. The sink. The doctors and nurses probably washed their hands here before an operation. Nothing suspicious here. It won't open. Looks like it's locked. There's a red plate on it. Do you think that means something? Yeah, to do with that. To do with the light. Damn. It's not opening. Locked, of course. The blue plate on here seems a little suspicious, though. Damn, it's not opening. Won't even budge. It's got purple plate on it too. Yes, it's to do with this, I imagine. What's this? A light switch? Doesn't seem to be working. It's locked. Won't even budge. You think this is the exit? Lock on the door. This key won't open it. Right. Awesome, it's unlocked. Right, loads of stuff in here. Blue liquid. Red liquid. There's a note on top of the table. Iron 1, salt 2. I'll write this down, Matthew. Iron 1, salt 2, water 3, carbon dioxide. Oh. CO2, ammonia, and ethanol. What do you think this is a hint for? Maybe it's got something to do with this box? Yeah, probably. So that would imply that carbon dioxide is number 4, ammonia is 5, and ethanol is 6. This thing won't open. It's locked. You probably need to put in a passcode. I mean, geez, they've even got a keypad on here. How much more obvious can you get? You can only enter 3 numbers. E is for enter, yep. Hey, Junpei, you think there are any slugs on this ship? Huh? Well, if there are, I was thinking we could put salt on them. What's she pointing at? The label states NaCl, something salt? Do you think 7 will shrivel up if we put it on him? Hey, you say something. Bottle of salt. The label says something. Something stinks. Is it coming from this bottle? It says NH3. Well, that of course stinks. It's ammonia. Salt. Ammonia. Hey, Junpei. There's dihydrogen monoxide on the shelf. Why don't you just say water? What's this? Yep. Carbon dioxide. Iron powder. Fe. And I was never good at chemistry. Right. Yeah, so it's number 4. Oh, good stuff. Let's go for a drink. What are you talking about? Ethanol. It's pretty much what booze is made of, so you're gonna drink it? Nah, I won't. Might say what's on the label, but there could be anything in there. C25, so that might mean ethanol's number 7 then, I guess. I don't know. I'm really unsure how to work this out. Right, let's say we've got that paint, so we've got the blue and the red. Hey, it turned red. Forget about that. Didn't you hear that just now? Right, there's Lucy's leg. Right foot of the medical mannequin. Yeah. It's a woman's foot, but damn, doesn't look hot at all. You got a thing for feet, 7. Ugh. No, that's crazy. Your short acting kind of shady. And feet. Yeah, feet are the biggest turn off imaginable. Ugh. Yeah, well done. It's blue now. I think I heard another noise. Yep, take left leg. It's the left foot of the mannequin. You think I'm better? What? You think my legs are skinnier? Right, and then we combine these. Make purple. What? I get it. You combine the red liquid and the blue to make a purple one. Good job, Junpei! Yes! The purple light came on and I heard it unlock. I'm sure it's unlocked. The locker with the purple plate has got to be unlocked. Alright, let's see what happened. Torso. There's a really big nose. That's not a nose, it's a stomach. Oh, a stomach. Right, let's do what we can actually partially solve. An old hard bed. Lucy's head and arm are sitting on the bed, maybe some... Right, so I'm missing one part of her body, right? Yeah, that's the door we came through. Yeah, there's no point going back there. And they're nodding, awesome. I've no idea how to get this open. Oh, right. 2, 6. 2, 6, 1. Right, is that the only one with a 3-digit? One and one. Ammonia, 1 and 3. Sorry, I'm not reading. I thought it was repeating itself. 2 hot orphans. Is your head okay? Carbon dioxide is made up of 1 carbon and 2 oxygen, right? So it must be ethanol, right? Looks like you have to enter a path. Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna go 2, 6, 1. Really? Okay, so my guess would be that we're inputting the order in which a surgeon would clean their hands, maybe? Maybe? Or maybe how they'd prepare something. So I guess that would be water, ethanol. Yeah, 1 and 2. So ammonia is 4. Ethanol's 7. Yeah, water's 3. And CO2 is 3 as well. Let's try 3, 4, and 7 then. I've got no idea what it wants me to do. So does it want me to add them all up? That's not going to result in a 3-digit number though, is it? If I add them all up, it's what? 6, 9, 13, 20. No. Wow, this must be so obvious to you guys. Something's not clicking. Well, nitrogen 3, yeah. My brain hurts. Why can't I figure that out? Oh, how did I not spot that? Ew, that's gross. That's the chest. It's a woman's chest. The heart's gone, but pretty hot. If that kind of thing turns you on 7, you're a real creep. Yeah! Beautiful. Sexy. Alright, at least we've got this now. This is... I have got all the body parts, haven't I? What am I missing there? Wow, I am completely stumped. Like a light switch, but it's not working. Hey, it's the Jupiter symbol. Wasn't this Jupiter symbol engraved by the keyhole on the other door? Or the door at the end of the hallway with all those rooms. I think maybe this door and that door use the same key? Maybe. Wow. Think your coat here, yes. No idea how I'm going to figure this out. So iron is 1, salt is 2, water is 3, CO2 is 3, ammonia is 4, and ethanol is 6. Right? Oh, how stupid am I? 7! What am I talking about? 7. That is the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life. It's 9. What is wrong with me? Christ alive. Right, 3, 4, 9. I am the stupidest human of all time. Fake heart. A heart! This thing is super creepy. This ain't good for the heart. And a fake right arm. The right arm of the body, it's kind of creepy. But I'm really sorry for that, guys. That was that's probably the stupidest thing I've ever done.
You think we should go back?
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Wow, that was so stupid. Clover nodded and left. Junpei was about to follow her when he realised that 7 wasn't following suit.
Hmm?
Hey, 7, what's up?
Oh, well,
Better ice my brain. He looked at Junpei distractedly. And then back down at the brown bottle he'd cupped in his large hands.
Is that a medicine bottle?
I got curious about it. Here.
In response, 7 tossed the bottle gently to Junpei. He caught it and twisted it around to read the label.
Ethylene diamine tartrate?
Yeah, that's right. CDT.
What kind of medicine is that?
It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent.
Why would they have something like that here?
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
Clean what up?
Fuck if I know. It looks like it's cleaned my brain up.
Junpei looked up from the bottle.
You remember something?
Yeah.
Oh, like a smelting salt kind of thing. 7 nodded slowly and spoke.
Well, I remember a story about EDT. Happened about 50 years ago.
50?
There was this factory somewhere in America making big old EDT crystals.
50 years ago? How old are you?
They were making it to sell as an industrial strength cleaner, like I told you before. But a year after the factory started up, something strange started happening with the crystals they were building. Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. This made them into a sort of mutation of the original crystals, called a hydrate. Once the crystals turn into a hydrate, though, it's useless as a cleaner. The factory had to just dump the crystals. As a hydrate, they were useless. But it didn't end there. After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere, even ones nowhere near that first American factory.
Right, great.
They'd been making crystals the same way, with the same materials and the same equipment and environment.
Okay, so just hold on for a second. So this is the 3rd story we've had. Maybe the 4th. I can't remember what Santa's implied about this kind of thing exactly, but about something happening and there being like a ripple effect around the world. So June had a story about the ice, that particular kind of ice. What was it called? I'm sure I wrote this down. Ice that doesn't melt. I've forgotten what she called it. Then Lotus had her story about the English TV show or British TV show that she said about people interpreting those different paintings and there being like a ripple effect that increased the amount of people who understood the more obscure one. Now we've got this thing.
But now, all of a sudden, every single crystal they formed turned into a hydrate. In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal. Even in EDT research done years before, they'd never gotten a hydrate. But after it happened at the first factory, it just spread. It was like, man, how do you say it?
Like the molecules were communicating with one another, transmitting information in a way humans couldn't perceive. This phenomena spread throughout the world, right?
Junpei looked up at Seven with half a smirk. Seven stared at him, dumbfounded.
Yeah, that's it exactly. But how did you know?
I heard another story, kind of like that one.
When?
In the freezer?
What? The freezer?
Yeah, June told me.
Junpei told Seven the story he'd heard from June in the freezer in the kitchen. How one day glycerin began to crystallize, and the story of ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. When Junpei was done, Seven looked thoughtful and absent-mindedly rubbed the scar on his chin.
Ice that doesn't melt at room temperature, huh?
That sounds familiar?
Yeah, hold on. I feel like I can remember something. It's right there.
Seven squinted. His eyes stared off into space as if he were desperately trying to focus on something far away.
Do you?
Let's not... I don't know. Should we prompt it by saying it?
Do you know about Ice 9?
Ice 9? Ice 9. Ice 9.
Yeah, maybe that'll cue his memory.
Ice, ice, ice.
Suddenly, Seven's eyes shot open.
That's it. I remember now. That woman, she's on this boat.
That woman?
Lotus?
Alice!
Who's Alice?
Lotus.
Come on. The woman who won't melt at room temperature.
Huh?
Came clear to Seven that Junpei had no idea what he was talking about. He ran his hand across his face and took a deep breath.
You know how the Titanic sank on April 15th, 1912, right?
Yeah, more than 1,500 people died. Worst maritime accident in history. What about it?
Did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies?
I think that was the RMS Carpathia, right?
Hang on, I'm just going to write it down. Alice.
It was a cruise liner, just like the Titanic.
No, that was the ship that picked up the survivors. The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS McKay Bennett. The McKay Bennett showed up on April 17th, 2 days after the accident. It set out from Halifax, a port in Canada, and recovered 306 bodies. The Atlantic that far north was really cold. It would have to be for there to be icebergs and stuff. Anyway, the bodies they pulled out of the water were frozen solid.
This isn't a very nice story. So, what happened next?
Well, they say the McKay Bennett recovered something more than just dead bodies. There were various bits of stuff floating around in the water. Things the drowned had carried with them, or stuff that dislodged as the ship sank. One of the things they found was a coffin.
A coffin?
Yeah, a wooden one. The craftsman who made it must have been pretty skilled. It wasn't just a wooden coffin. It was all wood, no nails, no reinforcements, no gaps in the wood anywhere. The thing was airtight. The crew got pretty curious about what might be inside it and opened it up. I had to get a wedge and hammer it open. It was so well made. Inside, they found a woman. Or, I guess you should say, they found the dead body of a woman.
That looks just like Lotus. So June mentioned the Egyptian stuff before.
Her hair was thick and black, and her skin rich brown with no blemishes or signs of decomposition. They say that she looked gorgeous, like a goddess. She was obviously dead, but everyone who looked at her said she just looked like she was sleeping. Her skin was so lifelike, she looked like she might wake up any minute. And she didn't, though. Like the rest of the bodies they found, she was frozen solid. Eventually, the McKay-Bennett finished searching and returned to Halifax. The 306 bodies were unloaded and taken ashore. However, it was warm enough that they began to thaw. They say that the stink was horrible. But there was one body that didn't thaw, and that was...
The girl in the coffin!
That's right. Everybody thought for sure that she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of them eventually, but weeks passed and nothing happened. And a month passed, and another. And it was summer, and she was still frozen solid. After a while, people started to say she was some sort of miracle. Rumors about her started to spread.
I mean, that's Lotus, right?
People came to visit Halifax from all over. After a while, people started to call her All Ice. Alice. Of course, those rumors didn't last long.
Why?
Well, she up and disappeared. One day Alice was there, the next day she wasn't. They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body. With the body gone, the rumors followed pretty quickly. And after a while, no one remembered her. You might be able to find something about her if you could find a newspaper from back then, but that's about it.
Wait, you just said that she was on this boat.
Yeah, I did. Alice has got to be somewhere on this ship.
Now why the hell would you say something like that?
Because I know.
And just what is it you know?
What happened to Alice after she was stolen?
Junpei gulped.
Alright, tell me. What happened to Alice?
Seven nodded slowly and took on the look of a man recalling something long buried.
Well, around that time, the word was that there was a special black market in New York. All millionaires from all over the world. I've heard that Alice went up for auction there. The person who won the auction was Lord Dashiell Gordain.
Oh, that's the guy who had the sister ship, right? Lord Gordain.
You've heard that name before, right?
Lord Gordain. Oh, isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? The Titanic sister ship?
Yeah, that's him. Although I guess he hadn't done that yet.
What do you mean?
Gordain bought Alice in 1912. 4 years later, in 1916, he bought the Gigantic. And he hid Alice somewhere on the Gigantic. But nobody knows where. He died in 1931. And apparently he died without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden. However,
what?
Well, he did have one close friend who asked him, "Where is Alice?" And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the Forest of Knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic."
Forest of Knowledge. God, beneath.
What the hell is that? Is it some kind of riddle?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Seven threw his hands up in defeat.
So that's it. Whatever you think, I believe it. She's hidden somewhere on the Gigantic. In other words, she's hidden somewhere on this ship.
Before Junpei could dispute Seven's rather bizarre claim, as Junpei was trying to figure out what on earth he was going to say next, Clover's shrill voice pierced the room.
Hey, what are you two doing over there? Stop wasting time and get over here!
Okay, we're coming.
Jeez!
Seven looked at Junpei.
Yeah, so anyway, that's the story. It might be useful someday. Don't forget it.
I shan't. That cryptic remark, he turned and left the room.
Alice. Huh.
A lot like Lotus. Junpei was left behind to ponder what he'd just heard. He tried to remember what June had told him earlier.
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy.
Fair enough.
They say that she was frozen. The story says that from the time of its discovery all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic, even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted.
Then was that Egyptian priestess Alice? Did the water in her body become Ice 9? No, that's nuts. There's no way somebody like that could exist.
Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to clear it, and followed Seven to the operating room where Clover was waiting. Right, guys, gonna have to end it there. Awesome. Yeah, sorry, my brain didn't function there because I couldn't add up 2, 6, and 1. Classic, beautiful, embarrassing. All at once. Right, so I hope you enjoyed this one. Things are all kind of the horror element, maybe. I don't know if you call it a horror element or the mystery element of this is kind of coming together a bit. So we'll see where it leads. So yeah, we'll pick it up from here next time. Just remember, everyone, never trust. And on Crate, I'll see you next time.